What's good, sports fans? Are you ready to elevate your live entertainment experience? Well, let me introduce you to SeatGeek, an amazing platform that connects you to your favorite events while saving you money. With SeatGeek, you can easily find tickets for sports games, concerts, and so much more, all in one place. The interface is user-friendly, making it simple to browse and compare prices. And one of the best features is the interactive seating chart. You can see exactly where you'll be sitting and how much you'll be spending, ensuring you get the best value for your money. But here's the best part. Check this out. By using my promo code, ChalkItUpSports, you can enjoy a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. That's right, $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Imagine catching that thrilling game or concert without breaking the bank. It's a win-win situation. Plus, you'll be a part of a community of fans who eat, sleep, and breathe live events just as much as you do. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description to download the SeatGeek app today. And don't forget to use my promo code ChalkItUpSports for a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. Get excited. Now let's get back to the show. Yeah. What's good? This is your boy Tone DeShields the second. You guys are locked in on your dose of Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the energy. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, man. I really do appreciate y'all. You guys have been phenomenal this week. You guys have been phenomenal since the beginning of time, man. We got so much more to get into, so much more to talk about. The football season is still very young. We're entering week 2, one game down. I want to say, 15 more to go. You feel what I'm saying? Your Philadelphia Eagles face off with the Kansas City Chiefs. They're Super Bowl rivals, that is. You know, some people want to pretend like there isn't a rivalry brewing between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs, or Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. You know, some people like to act holier than thou. Some people like to act a little self-righteous. Some people like to live on their perch because they're afraid to party with the minions. You feel what I'm saying? They're afraid to party with the lower folk, so to speak, as they see it. But whether they realize it or not, the gap is closing. Whether they realize it or not, the field is still very much in play here. So all you Chiefs fans out there who are riding high off of the 3 Super Bowls Patrick Mahomes has delivered, congratulations. You should feel good about yourselves. You should feel great about the way your organization is ran. You should feel tremendous about the direction your organization has been going. Great coach in Andy Reid, phenomenal quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, great coordinator in Steve Spagnuolo on defense, great GM with Brett Veach. You guys should feel great about where you guys are, where you came from, where you're trending to. You should feel great about it. You should feel secure. But I'm sensing a little nerves amongst you guys. I'm sensing that you guys really see the writing on the wall. And I think you guys get a sense that juggernaut, that aura, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? I've been looking for this word for several days and I can't seem to locate it. But let's just say the Chiefs are losing their luster, right? And before we get too far into the content, make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, man. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support. We got so much to get into, man. We're going to be here for about 30 to 35 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, you know, running a tight schedule today. But again, you guys truly are truly are a part of this community we're building here. And yes, Lance Elliott, thank you. That's the word I've been looking for the past several days. I don't know why I've been struggling to find that word. I've used it many times, but sometimes words just escape you, right? Thank you, Lance Elliott. Thank you. Thank you. That mystique is losing its sauce. It is. Some people want to pretend that it ain't. Some people want to pretend that the Chiefs still got that aura. I know Patrick Mahomes is who he is, and I will never, ever count out Patrick Mahomes. I would never, ever say Patrick Mahomes is the reason that you can't win. Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen play. That's a fact. He is. I would never discount that man's greatness. It would be malpractice. It would be irresponsible for me to pretend Patrick Mahomes isn't that guy. But this is a team game. And there's only so much a quarterback can do in the face of adversity. There's only so much you can do when you don't have your number one receiver in Rashee Rice, who's been suspended for 6 games. You won't see him until about maybe week 7, week 8. There's only so much you can do when you're without your number 2 receiver and Xavier Worthy. I think they drafted him at the bottom of the first round in 2024. Speed demon. But that's about it. Just speed. Not the greatest route runner. Not spectacular hands. Not the most domineering physically. Just a speedster, a speed guy. And a guy like that who's dealing with a shoulder injury, who's currently being reported to not be available for Sunday's matchup. Oh yeah. It's going to be a tall order. It's going to be a tall order for the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game. Now, look, they're home, right? They're going to get some home cooking. They're going to have their fans in the building. That supercharges you. And they're coming off of a loss at a neutral site, Sao Paulo, Brazil. They're coming off of a loss to a divisional opponent, right? And as much as the Eagles play the Chiefs, it feels almost like a divisional game with them. At least that's how it's being reported. I think the Eagles and the Chiefs have met every season since the Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts era has begun. They met in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. They've met every single year. Just a fact. And I believe the record is between both quarterbacks, between both teams, is 2-2. Patrick Mahomes beat Jalen Hurts. Well, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid beat Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni in the regular season in 2021, right? Then they beat him in Super Bowl 57. Then the Eagles beat the Chiefs in 2023. Then the Eagles smoked the Chiefs in Super Bowl 59, right? And, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. It's about building those rivalries. It's about finding that thread of competition that you want to just continue to pull from. Because let's be honest about this. All those quarterbacks that they want to crown, all those other teams that they want to crown, like the Ravens or the Bengals or the Bills, right? Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, what's my man, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. They love crowning those guys, right? They love it. There's some MVPs in there. There's some rookies of the year sprinkled in there as well. There's some all pros and Pro Bowls sprinkled in there between those guys. Those guys are talented quarterbacks. I would never deny that. Again, it would be malpractice for me to deny those guys' talent. They're talented beyond belief. Some of the best talents we've seen play the game in this generation. That's a fact. But I guess my problem always comes in is when you can't beat the guy, when you can never get over the hump and beat the guy. I guess Joe Burrow has once in the playoffs, right? He's gotten over the hump. He's gotten past the guy in the playoffs once, and Joe Burrow and Mahomes, I think Burrow has a better record against Mahomes, just because they played each other a lot, I think. But it's not drastic, I don't believe. But nonetheless, when you can't beat the guy that is Patrick Mahomes, you look a little funny in the light. But when you got a guy like Jalen Hurts who has proven that he can beat him, not only beat him, but on the biggest stage, and it's been a true competition, it's been a true back and forth, when you guys are actually playing for something, right? Because Josh Allen could beat Mahomes in the regular season all he wants. He can't beat him in the playoffs, though. That's just the fact. It's the cold, hard fact. That's not opinion. That's the results. But again, it's a team game. And I bring a full circle back to the Chiefs. This is a team game. And it's not up to Patrick Mahomes to beat the Eagles. It's up to the Chiefs to beat the Eagles on Sunday. And I don't think the Chiefs have enough. I don't think the Chiefs have enough. And when you think about what the Chiefs have been able to do defensively against the Eagles, it's never really worked. In particular in the Super Bowls, it's never truly worked. They were able to slow down the running game in both Super Bowls, right? More so Super Bowl 57 than Super Bowl 59, more so that, right? But they're unable to stop Jalen Hurts from doing his thing. They're unable to stop A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith in Dallas. Well, Dallas Goedert isn't playing. He's not active, so he can't even be included in this conversation. But they've been unable to stop Jalen Hurts from carving up their secondary. They haven't been able to stop him from doing so. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith have worked Trip McDuffie on more than one occasion. They've worked Jalen Watson on more than one occasion. Let me make sure I got this right here. Let me make sure I check their depth chart from the previous season to make sure I'm properly covering this here. Okay. January 2025. Let's see. The cornerback, Joshua Williams, Trip McDuffie, and Kamari Connor. All right. Jalen Watson wasn't there last year, pardon me. But consistently worked Trip McDuffie, Justin Reed, and those boys. Consistently. So I know Spags is an intelligent guy. Spags is always going to find a way to slow you down some shit, way, or form. That's what he does. But I'm not buying it this go around. I'm not buying it. I watched that game last week. Chiefs versus Chargers. I watched that game twice. That defense can be had. They can. And when you're coming off of the Super Bowl loss that they had against the Eagles, when you're coming off of that and you threw your best shot, you gave it your best shot, you did the best you could in trying to stop that offense, and Jalen Hurts still did what he did, regardless of the blitz packages you sent at him and the 5-man. Excuse me, you guys. Sorry about that. Let's put that on Do Not Disturb because we're working here. Can't talk to you guys right now. The vibes are too high. But again, I say, when you've thrown everything in the kitchen sink at the Philadelphia Eagles and you still can't stop them from dropping 40-plus points on your head, 40 points on your head, that's a dangerous proposition. And one may argue that their team is weaker today than they were in that Super Bowl. One may argue that. Now, the Eagles have gone through their fair share of changes, right? In particular on defense. No Slay, no Isaiah Rodgers, no CJ GJ, no Milton Williams, no Josh Sweat. They've gone through their fair share of changes. Absolutely. That's a fact. And it's up to Vic Fangio to make sure that he has all the guys ready, willing, and prepared to get the job done. It's up to Vic Fangio to make sure those defensive guys are ready. But I don't think when you're without Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice, I don't think your pass attack is as potent as you would like it to be. Because when you're the Chiefs and you're depending on guys like Tyquan Thornton, Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, who never truly can get consistent separation, who aren't explosive players whatsoever. Don't get me wrong, Hollywood Brown has some speed, but he's just not tremendous. He's not a game breaker these days. He's not. Juju Smith, not a game breaker, right? Now, Mahomes is still Mahomes. Mahomes is going to do everything possible to get those guys the ball. He's going to do everything possible to get those guys the ball. Trust me, he will. He's going to move and shake in that pocket. He's going to do things with his legs. That defense has to be prepared for Mahomes to get out of pocket. They're going to have to be prepared for Patrick Mahomes to hit the perimeter. His pocket presence is of the elite. Their offensive line, as a matter of fact, isn't even the sturdiest right now. They got a rookie at left tackle, Josh Simmons, who didn't really have a great debut, but I expect him to be better in the long term. They got Jawan Taylor right now. Jawan Taylor, I think they paid him some good money. They paid him some good money in the offseason. And he's a vet. But, I hear that he's dealing with a little something. I hear that Jawan Taylor, he's going to be active, obviously. He's going to play. But he's been dealing with some knee, some ankle, some ankle problems, right? So I expect Jawan Taylor to be doing everything possible in that game to do his job. But last week against the Chargers, a lot of penalties from him. Josh Simmons, same thing. And when you're injured, you overcompensate. You try to get an edge. You try to get a quick jump off that line. I think what the Eagles have on that pass rush, Josh Uche, who had a very strong week pass rushing last week, didn't get a sack, but I think he led the league in pass rush win rate against the Cowboys. So I expect him to get home. When you add Zadarius Smith, right, a veteran, knows how to get to the quarterback, is not scheme dependent, a guy who can move up and down that defensive line and be effective, a big body. Then you got Nolan Smith, speed demon off the edge, Jalen Hunt, an ascending pass rusher, Jordan Davis, a guy that can just clog up space, and he's transformed his body. Athletic, conditioning on a million, can stop the run. Moro Jomo, an ascending young D tackle. And then Jalen Carter. Probably the most dominant D tackle in football, one of the most dominant D tackles in football. He still has a lot of maturing to do. That is a fact. But I think Jalen Carter, going through what he went through last week, is going to be a big turning point for him in his career. I think he can flip this into a more prosperous, more fruitful career. I think he can. I've been hearing great things about Jalen Carter this week as far as practice and his diligence and his attention to detail. He's hungry. He's ready to debut against the league. He's ready to prove that he's more than just what you guys think he is. He's ready to prove that he's a leader and he is who we know him to be. Right? And then I get to Zack Baun, Jihaad Campbell, athletes at the linebacker position. Sideline to sideline speed is unmatched. Guys that can run 20 plus miles per hour. Guys that can take the ball away, that can cover, that can get to the quarterback. Disciplined. Fundamentally sound. Intelligent. That front seven, that front and linebacker room for the Philadelphia Eagles. Come on now. Come on. I just look at the Chiefs and I say to myself, close but no cigar. Close but no cigar. I think the Chiefs are regressing. I think they're regressing. And the sooner their fan base knows it, the sooner their fan base realizes it, the sooner they can start holding them accountable. Because eventually you're going to have to look in the mirror and say, damn, Patrick Mahomes can't do everything. He can't play defense. He can't save us from this ass whooping that's coming. He can't. I didn't even get to Quinyon Mitchell. I didn't even get to Cooper DeJean yet. Reed Blankenship. Andrew McCuba, who's ascending, learning quickly on the job. Trust me, Mahomes is going to do everything possible. Mahomes is not going to make it easy. Mahomes is not going to make it easy. I promise you that. He's not going to make it easy. He is a worthy opponent. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they are a worthy opponent. And the Eagles know that. They know that. Then here's the thing about the Chiefs, right? The Eagles will never sleep on them because they know who they're coached by. They know who their quarterback is. They know they got Chris Jones on that defense. They got Trip McDuffie on that defense. Drew Tranquil. But the Chiefs they're steadily declining. I can see it. I can feel it. I think we all can. I think we all can. Now, the question is, can the Philadelphia Eagles take advantage of a wounded dog? Can the Philadelphia Eagles take advantage and put that horse out the pasture? Have we ever seen Patrick Mahomes start a season 0-2? I don't know if we have. So I say the Chiefs are going to bring their best. They're going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to be at home. They're going to be in desperation mode. The Eagles can't take the bait. The Eagles can't rest on their laurels. And I think the way that game went last week, with the lack of discipline in key areas, with the delay and offense kind of having its spots where you couldn't get AJ Brown and Devontae Smith involved, right? Your running game didn't really do what you really wanted it to do. I think this Eagles team is hungry to take their game to another level. The league is riding high on that Packers bandwagon right now, and they're loving them. And I love it. I love it. I love that the Packers are getting this love. I love that the Eagles are being doubted. Yes, yes. Now, you got some people who are responsible with their platforms, and they're saying to themselves, they're saying to others, hey, listen, we know the Packers are having fun right now. We get it. We know the Packers are the new kids on the block. But don't y'all sleep on them Eagles. Y'all tripping. They are the reigning Super Bowl champions. They just won that Super Bowl. And most of that team is back. Vic Fangio is still here. Now, do they got a new OC? Sure. Sure. Nick Sirianni's still here. That defensive crew is still here. Clinton Hurt, Christian Parker, Roy Anderson, they're still here. Jeremiah Washburn, Bobby King, Joe Casper, they're still here. Yeah, they're still here. You feel me? I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this. There's blood in the water. And Philadelphia has to smell it. I know they smell it. I was watching this little clip from practice today, and they were playing the song they came out to. They came out to DMX's What's My Name? Yeah. They came out to that. They came out to that classic. They came out to that. They came out to that gunslinger music. They came out to that blood sport music. You feel what I'm saying? Come on. I'm excited about this game. I'm excited to see Zadarius Smith, Steph. OG, I'm excited to see Zadarius Smith. I'm excited to see what he does on this line with these young guns playing next to him. They're going to rejuvenate him. I watched this interview many times. Y'all saw the reaction to it I got on my channel. Make sure you guys watch that reaction video. Zadarius Smith playing with these young guys. They're going to rejuvenate him. He's going to provide the necessary veteran leadership. They gave him BG's old locker. They setting the tone. They're saying, hey, Zadarius Smith, we bringing you here for a reason. We're not just bringing you here as a mercenary. We're not just bringing you here just to get your numbers. We're bringing you here to set a tone. We're bringing you here to bring your entire toolkit, your entire skill set, and show these young pass rushers on the edge how it's done. Nolan Smith, he's going to be a great player. He's still ascending. He came off of a really good season. Jalen Hunt needs to take that next step, right? You got Josh Uche, a young vet as well. Zadarius Smith entering this is his 11th season. He's been productive no matter where he's been. Every team he's been on, every jersey he's worn, he's been that man. He's been that guy. And then you put him on this young D-line, this young pass rush with Jalen Carter, who is unblockable. Jordan Davis, who's transformed his body, who's coming off of one of the best games in his career. Nolan Smith and Jalen Hunt, who are hungry, relentless, focused. Jihaad, Campbell, Zack, Baun behind him. This is going to get crazy for them. This is not going to be what they think it is. AJ Brown is motivated. Trust and believe that. Trust and believe that. This team is highly motivated. Highly motivated. This isn't like some backorder team they're going up against. They know what they're going up against. So I'm looking at Vic Fangio, and I'm saying to Vic Fangio, I'm looking at Vic Fangio to find out, okay, what's the game plan? What are we doing here? Because since Xavier Worthy and Rashid Rice are out, who are we isolating? Who are we focusing on? How are we going to do this? Because I don't think there's because you still got Travis Kelce on that team. You still got Travis Kelce in that team. Travis Kelce is an older guy. He's not the same guy. Travis Kelce is not the same guy we're used to seeing. That's a fact. He's not the same guy. He's not. He's not the same guy. But you also can't sleep on him either. You can't. And that's when I look at Zack Baun. That's when I look at Jihaad Campbell. That's when I look at Cooper DeJean. With all due respect to Travis Kelce, you're done. Your legacy is set. You should have retired, honestly. You should have. But I'm looking at you today, and you got to go up against this athletic, what is it? Middle of the Eagles defense, that second level. You got to go up against those Eagles linebackers, how athletic they are, how fast they are, how intuitive they are, and Cooper DeJean. You got to go up against that. Travis Kelce is savvy. He's savvy. He is savvy. So he's gonna find a way. So I fully expect the Eagles to completely eliminate him from this game. I fully expect Vic Fangio to make Travis Kelce null and void. Null and void. 24 hours before kickoff. And the game plan is set. Travis Kelce will not affect this game. The Chiefs have no running game. None. Isaiah Pacheco hasn't been the same since the injury. Kareem Hunt has not been the same. He's just not the same running back. That offensive line is suspect. It's Patrick Mahomes or bust. And they know that. I had a hot take. I was talking to somebody off the record, and I told them, yo, the Chiefs not winning the division this year. It's either going to be the Broncos or the Chargers. The Chiefs not winning the division this year. They're not. They're not. Now, as the season progresses, we may see a different version of them. It's very early in the season, right? The Chiefs, they find ways to win games, but last year they were skating on thin ice. Let's call it what it is. Last year they were skating on thin ice, and everything finally came to a head in that Super Bowl. They finally came up against an opponent that can take advantage of every weakness they have. And to this day, those weaknesses have not been rectified. They have not. So I say, Eagles fans, are you ready? Are you ready to see BTA? Are you ready to see another massacre? I think the Eagles embarrassed the Chiefs. I think the Eagles completely ripped the heart out of that fan base. I think the Eagles are going to be the organization, going to be the team to remind the Chiefs that you fell off. You fell off. And this ain't your league no more. I'm telling y'all, I can sense it. I can smell it. I can feel it. The Chiefs, they're taking on water. The ship is taking on water. It's taking on more water than they can get out. But again, you have the quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, who is still an elite talent. You have Andy Reid, who's one of the greatest masterminds in the game. You have Steve Spagnuolo, who's one of the greatest defensive coordinators of the 21st century. They are 3-time Super Bowl champions. So do they deserve the benefit of the doubt? Sure. But they ain't gonna get it from me. They ain't gonna get it from me. Because I smell blood. I see a wounded animal. I see a team that's living and dying by that Mahomes magic. I see a team that's losing that mystique, losing that aura, losing that gravitas. The Chargers not scared of y'all no more. The Chargers not scared of y'all no more. What the Eagles did to the Chiefs will follow them for the remainder of the season. Teams not scared of them no more. They're not scared of y'all no more. Y'all don't got that same energy about y'all. And the Eagles are going to remind you yet again. Let me get to some of these super chats here. Alex with a super chat says, the refines the Philly players and Latu might be new fullback. Hey, Cameron Latu. Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see, man. Let me see. You said 3 fines. They probably gave one to Nolan Smith, gave one to Jalen Carter, obviously. Who else got fined? I can't remember. Now, for that game, it's gonna be hot. Apparently, it's gonna be hot, it's gonna be humid. According to AccuWeather, the game could reach up to 93 degrees, and there's a 55% chance of rain, with wind gusts reaching up to 25 miles per hour. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how the weather goes for that game. We will see. Last time we played them at Arrowhead, it rained a little bit. Green Wingman with the super chat. Thank you, my friend. He says, it was year 13 when Reed's coaching went south in Philly. It's Reed's 13th season as the chief coach. Ooh. Green Wingman, good pull by you. This is a hell of a pull. Is 13 that unlucky number for Andy Reid? Is it Friday the 13th over there? All year round for that organization? Green Wingman, that's a good pull by you. Alex with a super chat says, Eagles going to tell the Chiefs, quote, the thing about the old days is they the old days. Alex, that's funny as hell, bro. The thing about the old days is they the old days. I like that. Joseph Satchel with the $10 super. Thank you for the super chat, Joseph. I really do appreciate you, man. He says the Chiefs are getting old. The Commanders are fraudulent. The Packers are not ready yet. To be the champ, you have to beat the champ. The Eagles did that already. Facts. That's another thing too, right? The Eagles didn't just win the Super Bowl. They beat the top dog. And not only did they beat the top dog, they put him in a coffin. No eulogy. No benediction. No repass. No prayer. None of that. Just put him in a body bag and threw him in a hole. It said, bury your damn self. Ooh. Body bag. And when it comes to the Packers, again, they're exciting right now. They're exciting. Don't get it twisted. We've seen this before, y'all. We've seen this before. They're exciting, right? And look, that defense looks good. I'm on record saying it. They play fast. They look well coached. They look good. But I'm not quite there yet. And I think it's irresponsible for Ryan Clark to crown Green Bay so soon. You see, some people just like to be first on the train, no matter what time it is. And this is what this is given from Ryan Clark. And actually, I like Ryan Clark personally. I think Ryan Clark is a great analyst. I think he's a smart brother. I think he's highly self-aware, which is why I know what he's doing. Ryan Clark is trying to be the first on the train. That's all it is. He's just trying to be first. You know, while everybody calls him crazy, he's just trying to be first. That's all. You know, he has chosen himself to be the person that's going to ride the Green Bay wagon till the wheels fall off. He's elected himself as that person. And that's okay. That's fine. That's okay. That's fine. I want people to put more pressure on the Packers. I want expectations to rise for the Packers. I want it to. I want their fans to be confident. I want the national media to bloviate about them. I want this to happen. But it's a long season. 17 games at that, not including the playoffs. It's a long season. And that Packers team is going to be tested. They're going to go through their ebbs and flows. You know, will they be able to stay healthy? That's a big question. You see, this thing called the NFL, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And some may argue that the Packers got out the gate quick. They not wasting no time. They're off to the races. Keep on running, Packers. Keep on running. But you don't want to shoot your load too soon. You know, they traded for Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons has added a whole nother element to their pass rush, to their defense. Yeah, it's an exciting thing to watch. It's exciting. I saw them against the Commanders. I mean, I don't take the Commanders seriously, but I saw them against the Commanders. They dominated them for the most part. But that offense kind of struggled to put that game away. Now, granted, they beat them by double digits. I think they beat them 27-10 or 27-18, something like that. But there was moments in that game where I was saying to myself, the Packers aren't quite putting them away, though. Why are they letting them hang around? What's up with that? Nonetheless, as far as I'm concerned, I can't take the Packers serious until they beat us. I think that's fair to say. I can't take them serious until they beat us. We're going to see them, week 12, week 8, something like that? Let me double check this real quick. Eagles, Green Bay meet week 10 after the bye week. Ooh, they're going to be catching us fresh. Green Bay is going to be catching the Eagles fresh and ready to go. When's the Packers bye week? Their bye week is week 5. They got an early bye week. They got an early bye week. Week 5. We're going to find out who the Packers are. We're going to find out who they are. Don't worry. It'll all come to fruition. Don't you guys worry. It'll all come to the light. Also, I'm looking at what Dave Zangaro tweeted here. Jacorian Bennett was fined $23,000 for a hip drop tackle. Nolan Smith was fined $11.5 for taunting. Cooper DeJean was fined $11.5 for a face mask. Now, why they fine Jacorian Bennett? No, he on a 1-year deal. Why they do that? That's not thorough. That's not thorough at all. But it's all good, though. It's all good, though. All right. Let me get to a quick topic real quick before I get out of here, man. Let me get to a quick topic. So, I've been seeing this A.J. Brown news circulating yet again, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting. it comes to a point where people just have to stop grasping at straws. The Eagles have done everything to get A.J. Brown in the building, and they've done even more to keep him in the building. They sent first-round picks to Tennessee to get him. They gave him a 4-year, $100 million contract upon trade. Then, before the contract was even over, they gave him a 3-year, $96 million extension that included $84 million guaranteed, with an average salary of $32 million a season. The Eagles have not only did they go and get A.J. Brown, they've invested heavily in A.J. Brown. Heavily. And we're seeing reports or these rumors that, hey, be on the lookout for A.J. Brown on the move. Be on the lookout. Teams are targeting A.J. Brown. Teams are calling the Eagles to get A.J. Brown. Get the fuck off the phone. We're not answering. It's a non-starter. We're not taking you serious. I saw Colin Cowherd say something on his show. Be on the lookout for A.J. Brown to be on the move. Get the fuck out of here, Colin. And I actually respect what you do. I respect heavily what you do, Colin. Trust me. You're someone who I actually admire. I mean that sincerely. You're someone I actually admire. But Colin, cut it the fuck out. Cut it out. Like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes we get in front of these microphones and we just start talking. We just start yapping. We just get excited. A.J. Brown has one game with minimal targets. All of a sudden, he's on the move. Sound the alarm. A.J. Brown wants out of Philadelphia. Bro. Come on, man. And Diana Rossini as well. Listen, Diana. Dirty Diana. Oh. Dirty Diana. Oh. You got to slow down. You move too fast. These reports that you have, these sources you have, teams calling the Eagles about A.J. Brown. Listen. I understand that you just think you're just reporting the news. I understand that you think that you're just telling it like it is. Diana, you're significantly more talented than this. Significantly more talented than this. I've read your stuff. Diana, I think you're a phenomenal talent. I think you're a phenomenal writer. I think you're a phenomenal journalist. I think you got better things, more stimulating, more compelling things to discuss than A.J. Brown trade rumors. The Eagles just gave him a big-ass fucking contract. Now, granted, we've seen people get paid and get traded all the time. But the way this is set up in Philadelphia, the way this is set up, nah, this ain't what you think it is. And also, when you align yourself with what's his name, Chase Daniel, that's your right hand man, right, on Scoop City. Yeah, listen, I pay attention to y'all. I get it. That's your right hand man, Chase Daniels, right? Yeah, I really can't take you serious there. Again, phenomenal talent, phenomenal writer. To make that clear, you're phenomenal, but you got to try harder. And if you're standing next to Chase Daniel, ooh, I don't know. I don't know. You look a little funny in the light. So we gotta chill with the chill with the A.J. Brown rumors, man. They're lazy. They're lazy. Howie Roseman is not considering trading A.J. Brown in the midst of a chance to establish a dynasty. What are we talking about? And for all you teams who are trying to call Howie Roseman, all you hearing is dial tones. All you getting is the answer machine. Sorry, Howie cannot come to the phone right now. If you're a team trading for A.J. Brown or even calling about inquiring A.J. Brown, go jump off a bridge. We don't see you. We don't believe you. It's just that simple. That's my thoughts on it. Leave the A.J. Brown nonsense alone, man. I'm tired of the diva talk. I'm tired of the trade talk. Let it go. Let it go. A.J. Brown is one of the greatest receivers in Eagles history. I stand on that. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, the greatest duo in Eagles history. I stand on that. I stand on that. I'm taking A.J. Brown against any receiver we've ever seen in Philly. I stand on that. I'm taking that duo against any duo we've ever seen. I stand on that. Why would you cut your nose to spite your face if you're Howie Roseman? Why would you do that? Anyway, that's our show, you guys. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I really do appreciate the love. I really do appreciate the support. You guys have been phenomenal. Again, I told you guys today's show is going to be about 45 minutes. Actually, I said 30 to 35 minutes, maybe 40. We took it to 46, 47. So I really do appreciate y'all so much. These live streams, I don't like to take up too much of y'all time. I like to get in, get out, speak my piece. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes we have topics. Sometimes there are things going on that requires us, to be here much longer. And don't worry, I love those hour plus, hour and a half, 2 hour live streams. I love them. But sometimes it's important to be efficient. You feel what I'm saying? And I also want to make it easier for people. I also want to make it easier for people to double back and watch these things as well when they see it. Sometimes when you see 2 hours, you're like, oh man, it's a lot. But when you see 45, 50 minutes, when you see 45 minutes to an hour, even an hour and 15 minutes, it's a bit more palatable. It's a bit more feasible, right? I value your time. So make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you guys go check out the other content on the channel as well. We got reaction videos on there. We got clips and interviews and all that kind of stuff. Go check it out, man. The content is in full flow. We've been live all week. We've been dropping content all week. The grind don't stop. It's the football season. We here. And I'm telling y'all right now, Eagles, Chiefs, tomorrow afternoon, 24 hours from now, A.J. Brown going off. Trust that. Devontae Smith, he's going to do his thing. Believe that. Believe that. Zack, Baun, Jihaad, Campbell. Hey, Travis Kelce. You might as well pack it in. Hey, Mahomes. Jalen Carter, Zadarius Smith, Nolan Smith. They got something for y'all. They got something for y'all. In a straight like that. I've been your humble host, Tone DeShields II. You guys have been locked in on your dose of Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge to the game.